Given the way those first couple of years have gone on the WNBA, Caitlin may be glad to be playing a non-contact sport here.
If anyone still doubted that the WNBA has mishandled Caitlin Clark from day one, the LPGA just unintentionally exposed the whole situation. The moment Caitlin stepped onto the grounds of the Annika Pro-Am, the atmosphere shifted, not with tension or controversy, but with genuine warmth. The players, the organizers, the broadcasters, even the fans lining the course treated her with the kind of excitement you'd expect for a superstar. No bitterness, no awkward reactions, just pure appreciation for what she brings. And here's the funny part, nothing about this should feel unusual. This is exactly the kind of reception the WNBA should be giving the athlete who has single-handedly pushed their numbers into the stratosphere. Instead, all you have to do is look at the side-by-side clips to see how uncomfortable the contrast is. One league celebrates her, the other doesn't seem to know.
Caitlin Clark playing in your Pro-Am for the second year in a row. What is the value of her presence in your tournament?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me. Yes, Damon, you're right. I mean, she had so much to the tournament. I really didn't know what to expect last year. I mean, obviously, she's talk of the town and you know, such a superstar in a lot of ways. And, you know, she added just, you know, so much, you know, excitement to the tournament. We had a lot of people come out. They were standing on the first tee at 7 a.m. waiting for her to see that, you know, the first shot. But just her engagement with the fan and just, you know, being so relatable. And I don't know, she loves the game of golf, and so glad that she wanted to come back because, you know, it brings more people to the game, brings more people to the tournament, and that's really what we're looking for.
Caitlin returned to the Annika Pro-Am for the second year in a row, and Annika Srenstam was clearly thrilled to have her back. And honestly, she had every reason to be excited. When Caitlin joined last year, the event didn't just see a boost, it experienced a full-on explosion. Ticket sales multiplied 13 times over the previous year, something most tournaments could only dream of. The media attention followed the same pattern. Nearly 400 TV segments mentioned Caitlin in connection with the event. On the day of the Pro-Am alone, Twitter went crazy with thousands of posts about her round, producing more than 18 million impressions in a single day. Even the tournament's own social accounts lit up. Instagram views went up nearly sixfold, and website traffic more than doubled. Every measurable indicator jumped the moment Caitlin was involved.
We just didn't really know what to expect last year, and I think the response was very positive. So now we're trying to make sure that everybody gets a piece of it, but also that she can enjoy it and feel like she's having a good time. But it's just opening up to more people to see her and get a chance to get her autographs. We have so many young girls out there on that Wednesday just wanting to sign, you know, an autograph, whether they brought a, you know, basketball or a hat or something. It was just nice to see a new demographic enter the golf course.
Annika Srenstam didn't just welcome Caitlin, she embraced everything Caitlin brings to women's sports. She openly talked about how Caitlin attracts audiences who normally wouldn't show up for a women's golf event. And what made her comments even more striking is what she didn't do. She didn't make it about herself. She didn't try to redirect credit. She simply recognized reality without ego. It's almost ironic how easily Annika grasps something the WNBA keeps tripping over. When you support Caitlin, the entire league benefits. And Caitlin proved that again by bringing Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull as her caddies, wearing fever-themed bibs. Suddenly fans who came for Caitlin were learning about more Fever players. That's how fan bases grow. That's how you build momentum. It's not complicated, unless you make it complicated. And then there's Nelly Korda, the 2024 LPGA Player of the Year and one of the most dominant golfers on the planet. She could have easily been annoyed that fans were swarming Caitlin instead of her, but she wasn't. She was amazed and grateful, recognizing that more excitement around women's sports helps every athlete, not just one. Compare that to the reactions from certain WNBA players who bristle when Caitlin fills arenas. The difference is almost jarring. In golf, it's thanks for being here. This helps us all. In the WNBA, parts of the league act like fan enthusiasm must be earned only by the right players. That attitude is exactly why the comparison stings so much.
The Mystics generally play at Care First Arena, which only holds 4,200 people, so it kind of makes sense that they would move it. But after the game, in the post-game presser, Shakira Austin made her feelings known when she told the press. I'm hoping we can get some real support from our own fans and what we have building up. We had MVP chants for Asia a couple of games ago, which I understand, which is weird that she understands that, but okay. But it's like, we're in DC, so support us. So I'm hoping Baltimore can be an arena where we consistently play in to get those fans. But if they're not gonna cheer for us, then I don't want to play here. She also said, if fans were here to support us and it felt like a home game, I wouldn't mind coming out here to Baltimore, basically. But if they're gonna be wishy-washy, then keep it in DC.
Caitlin more than held her own. She knocked in several impressive putts, including one that had the crowd reacting like she just sunk a tournament winner. Fans were lined up at the tee box long before she arrived, something that simply doesn't happen at normal Pro-Am events, but instead of frustration or entitlement from the LPGA pros, there was appreciation. The players understood exactly what was happening. Caitlin was bringing energy, eyeballs, and new fans to their sport. They weren't threatened by the attention. They welcomed it.
Covered a lot of sports. Have you seen anything that you would equate this Caitlin Clark phenomenon with, either in men's sports or in women's sports previously? Someone who just has this kind of rising tide that's lifting a lot of boats around her.
Yeah, I mean, I think I touched on it briefly earlier. I mean, I think it truly is, and I'm not just saying this because we're on the Golf Channel. It truly is Tiger Woods, because I'm old enough now that I was young when Tiger was just starting and got to see what a cultural shift it was. As I said earlier, it started as just golf fans, right? And then he started to win tournaments and it became, okay, just sports fans were tuning in. And then at a certain point, it just got to be, it is a Sunday and Tiger Woods is playing golf and the world is stopping because we all have to watch what might happen.
Caitlin Clark is doing for women's basketball what Tiger Woods did for golf, bringing people into the sport who never cared before. Tiger changed Sundays for millions of casual viewers. Caitlin is doing the same for the WNBA. People who never watched women's basketball are suddenly tuning in because she's playing, and the numbers back it up. When Caitlin is on the court, ratings hit historic levels. When she's not, those viewership numbers fall off a cliff, sometimes more than 50%. That's not a coincidence.
I do have so many people coming up to me who have never cared about any sport, let alone basketball before, who are watching the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark, because she is that phenomenon.
What makes all this even more frustrating is how differently the LPGA and ESPN talk about Caitlin's impact. The LPGA puts her front and center. They highlight her influence. They produce dramatic edits. They actively acknowledge her value. Meanwhile, ESPN does everything possible to twist the narrative. They compare 2025 to 2023, conveniently skipping right over 2024, the year Caitlin shattered every record on the books. It's selective and misleading, and viewers can see right through it. The LPGA, on the other hand, simply tells the truth because they understand that promoting your biggest draw is good business. As the event wrapped, Caitlin shared a quick update on her health. She's fully recovered, feeling great, and ready for Team USA in the spring. No lingering issues, no setbacks. She's good to go for the upcoming WNBA season, whenever the league decides to release the schedule. And for Fever fans, there's more good news. Sophie Cunningham, who recently hinted she might explore other opportunities, has now said she hopes to return to Indiana.
A tough year in terms of injury for you. Does that mean you've played a little bit more golf this year?
Unfortunately, it means I've played less, just because I haven't been able to get out there with some of the injuries that I was dealing with, but now feeling back to 100%.
And here it is, 100% healthy, no setbacks, no lingering issues. She's ready for Team USA in the spring and straight into the WNBA season whenever it kicks off. Another encouraging update, when the 2026 season begins, there's still a real chance Caitlin could team up with Sophie Cunningham again. Sophie, who previously said she might go anywhere, has already shifted her stance. She now openly hopes to return to the Fever, a complete 180, which Caitlin must be thrilled about. Considering Sophie's dedication to defending her both on and off the court,
I think she just elevates everyone who's around her. She's a phenomenal player, generational player, and I think everyone sees that. We missed her out on the court this year, but depending on the CBA and what's going on, hopefully we're all together again. But I think the thing about Caitlin, she's just a great person. She's fun, she's silly, kind of still just a kid, and so a lot of people see her in a serious light, but we kind of get to see the goofy side of her.
So yes, all of this is fantastic news. And seeing Caitlin treated like the superstar she is was refreshing. But let's be honest, this doesn't guarantee the WNBA will fix its long-standing issues. What do you think? Share your thoughts below. And if you've made it this far, drop a W in the comments because you're a winner for sticking around